Hello everyone. This is a continuation of the previous videos I made. The torture and harassment of me is so severe now. It's extreme. It's horrifying. I don't know what to do. I keep scratching at my rib cage. It's so itchy. I can't even resist from scratching. I don't know what to do. I feel incapacitated physically. I noticed as a result of the endless non-lethal poisoning of me, prior to today, or prior to yesterday, and also because of the directed energy weapon attacks on me, the microwave radiation attacks. In combination, both of them, it has now contributed to muscle wastage. There's barely any fat on my ass anymore. I've lost a lot of weight because of this torture from Keir Starmer. I've lost a lot of weight, unwanted weight loss. I touch my ass and there's barely any meat on it. This torture of me in Sweden. I also note the torture, those two forms of torture called the non-lethal poisoning of me continuously in Sweden, and the directed energy weapon attacks, microwave radiation attacks, has led to ChatGPT had said premature aging. And this is a strategic tactic by China government and UK government to ChatGPT had to suppress my fertility, or I don't really know what suppress means by definition, but I would interpret that as both governments, the China government and UK government, doing all these coercing Sweden into non-lethal poisonings of me repeatedly and endlessly up until yesterday, because I made complaints about it online. So what tends to happen is when I complain, they stop for like half a day. They might stop for 1 day, 2 days, and then they'll just start up again, just to avoid being discovered. That's the games that they keep playing, or Keir Starmer keeps playing. So what I noticed as a result of the microwave radiation attacks on me, as well as the non-lethal poisonings continuously, I noticed the premature aging of my physical body, the muscle wastage, a lot of muscle wastage, very obvious in my arms, near the arms, near the armpits area, that's sort of close to there, muscle wastage, and on my thighs very evidently muscle wastage, and very wrinkly skin, and a very saggy skin, and very loose skin. This is the active sabotage of my physical health and aesthetic, athletic figure. I had a curvaceous, athletic, strong figure when I left the UK on the 13th of October 2024. This is merely tactics to intimidate me, torture me, and try to manipulate me and coerce me and threaten me and force me back to the UK. I can see straight through it. Why? Because the social services the other day, it must have been was it Saturday the 1st of February? I think it was this month. I was in the police car with police officers, and they were speaking to social services, claiming to, I don't know, but anyway, whilst I was on the phone, they fed back to me saying, social services will buy you a flight back to the UK. What? I felt so fucking insulted. So this is merely all this ridiculous torture of me. It is merely manipulation tactics and coercion tactics, trying to force me back to the UK. As I said previously, and in my previous emails to myself, I'd rather die on the streets, homeless with no food to eat, nothing to drink. I'd rather waste away on the streets, sleeping rough on the floor, homeless, whether that means I get stabbed to death or whatever happens to me. I'd rather die on the streets than go back to the UK and be tortured to fuck by Keir Starmer UK, the likes of Boris Johnson and colleagues, paedophile colleagues. I'd rather die on the streets, homeless, cold, starve to death and lose consciousness on the fucking streets of wherever, and most definitely not in the UK. I do not want to return to the UK ever again, unless the perpetrators of my torture are dragged through the courts and receive, potentially a death penalty of all of those perpetrators of the UK government who tortured me for 40 years with the complicit China government. Only then, until it's all brought to justice and heard by the court, and the bastards that killed, assassinated my mum, my dad and my brother, that they receive their full either the death penalty or to receive lifelong jail sentences. Only then, afterwards, once they're all locked away in prison, I might consider going to the UK for a visit. But until that happens, I will not be going back. It's far too risky being tortured for life by the likes of Keir Starmer, Boris Johnson and colleagues who commit rape or order, the likes of Theresa May ordering for 4 men to fucking rape me. It's unacceptable. I will not be going back to the UK. I'd rather die on the streets of a different country than go back. And if it so happens that I go back to the UK, and the perpetrators of my 40-year torture and assassinations of my entire family, my mum, my dad, my brother, if, for example, I'm put in UK, dumped there by Swedish police, who are as corrupt as hell, probably due to coercion from the China government, right? Anyway, if Swedish police or somebody, some other corrupt government dumps me in the UK, I can assure you, I would not have consented to that under my free will. They would have just fucking forced me there. Whilst I'm still fit, whilst I'm still fit, cognitively and physically, right, I stand by this. I will not be going back to the UK ever again until those bastards, the perpetrators, what I just said, I've got 20 seconds. I will not be going back to the UK, never ever again, until those bastards are behind bars for life, or either fucking hung in prison. I will not be going back. I'd rather die on the streets. I'd rather be dead than go back to the UK for psychiatric pharmacological torture.